With other stories of the day. Now, who ever thought that President William Ruto will ever invite ODM chairman John Mbadi, ODM deputy party leader Ali Hassan Joho, his counterpart Wycliffe Oparanya, as well as minority leader in the National Assembly Opiyo Wandayi to his cabinet, after fiercely dismissing the possibility of ever shaking hands with ODM leader Raila Odinga in the past 2 years? And if so, that is not enough. Who ever thought that the traps that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua set at every corner of State House to catch opposition leaders before they can enter into government will malfunction, and 4 ODM leaders will be nominated to the cabinet, allegedly with the blessings of ODM leader Raila Odinga? Our reporter David Mothoka looks at the different stands held by each of the leaders, who will now be sitting on the same table every week before they close ranks and after closing ranks in this week's edition of Siasa, weka kwa langs, usiweke kwa roho.
I have now forwarded the name of John Mbadi Ngongo, the Honorable James Opiyo Wandayi, the Honorable Hassan Ali Joho, the Honorable Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. I am still working on the other pending nominees.
We begin with President William Ruto's press conference at State House on Tuesday, in which the head of state nominated 4 senior ODM leaders to his cabinet. Call it the wedding between the ODM party and the UDA party at State House. Following the nominations, ODM leader Raila Odinga's background of Nyanza, where President Ruto has been public enemy number 1, has been buzzing.
Ruto sio mbaya bali wakora wanadanganya Kenya. Ruto sio mbaya bali wakora wanadanganya Kenya.
Some 2 years ago, this may have seemed like a far-fetched dream. In one of the Kenya Kwanza's campaign trails ahead of the August 2022 presidential election, President Ruto himself and one of the cabinet secretaries he sacked to pave way for Raila's allies dismissed any possibility of working with Raila or his companions after getting to State House.
Mimi nimemwambia bwana kitendawili, mimi si Uhuru Kenyatta utaniletea. Mimi nitaangalia wewe macho kwa macho.
2007 alipeperezwa na mkate nusu. 2017 akapeperezwa na handshake. Safari hii jaribu, my friend, jaribu.
For several months after ascending to the house on the hill, William Ruto and his number 2, Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua, maintained the same stance that never in their lifetime will there be a handshake between them and ODM leader Raila Odinga or his political allies.
Viti ya viongozi ilimalizika tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8. Wale wakupata MCA walipata. Wale wakupata bunge, wale wakupata sijui governor, wale wakupata rais, imeisha. Ama kuna kiti mulibakisha? Si viti mulimaliza, muligawa ikaisha.
And there is no leader who has won an election with a comfortable margin who will be out of his mind to go and bring his opponents to come to his government. That would be making democracy nonsensical.
Ile vitisho walikuwa naye ati ndio wapate serikali nusu mkate haitafanyika tena. Haiwezekani. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Na hawa watu nitawakalia ngumu.
Rigathi, son of Gachagua, even went ahead to announce that he had put traps at every corner of the house on the hill to catch ODM leader Raila Odinga and his allies before they could come any close to the president.
Hiyo ikulu nimeweka mitego kila kona, kila bahali nimeweka na niko na watu.
He further revealed that he even slept with one eye closed as the other was always open.
Mimi nalala na jicho moja, ingine nalala ikiwa on. Nafunga moja usiku. Ile ingine nakaa kama torch. Nikisikia maneno nakimbia hapo.
The feeling was mutual among ODM leaders. Here is former Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho, who is also the deputy party leader of ODM party and who has now been picked to become the next mining cabinet secretary, for example.
Ati huyu akitaka aje ongee sio na mimi niongee na Ruto nini? mimi nikamtafute atanipa nini? Wilbaro. Nilipeleka Wilbaro mimi la kimtaani la kucheza nalo zamani.
His counterpart, former Governor Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, who has been nominated to head the cooperatives and MSMEs docket, on his part wrote on X, formerly Twitter, that if Ruto's Kenya Kwanza alliance was the only option, he would rather resign from politics and go home to become a farmer. There is also John Mbadi Ngongo, the ODM chairman, who will now be entrusted with the Treasury briefcase and who 2 years ago had no kind words for Ruto's cabinet, describing cabinet secretary nominees at the time as skunk.
President Ruto, he is skunk. Let us not interfere with it. We give it to him. He has asked for it.
This was him on Tuesday in song and dance, happy to be joining a cabinet of skunks, as he called them, some 24 months ago. This may have been the situation that the three and minority leader in the National Assembly, James Opiyo Wandayi, who has been picked to steer the energy docket, found themselves in when President Ruto approached them. Their actions, well summarized by Uasin Gishu Senator Jackson Mandago's famous remarks that politics should always be kept in the lungs and not in the heart.
Hii siasa ya 2017 ilinifunza mambo mingi. Usiweke maneno ya siasa kwa roho tafadhali. Weka kwa lungs. Ndio ukipumua tu after election. Akwenda.
Moral of the story, there are no permanent enemies and no permanent friends in politics, only permanent interests, as captured aptly by this campaign cap. David Muthoka, KTN News.
Thank you, David Muthoka, for that. Perhaps the biggest question is, did Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua this time sleep with both eyes closed? Now, the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers wants the government to give an assurance that it will pay interns